So on today's episode of Deconstructed, we're looking at hurdle hops. I see this drill done all the time with athletes, and I'm not going to say that it's wrong on the videos that I see because, again, I'm seeing things out of context. You may be working on specific things, right? But when it comes to the correct way is generating force, getting your elasticity to be very responsive and to move in the correct way. Also working on your timing. The timing is a huge piece. When you have everything in movement together, you're in a very good place and you're able to produce the most amount of force and transfer that force as best as possible. So this is one of my sophomores, Allie, and she had issues with landing on her toes. So here was when we finally organized and got everything together. So arm swing, the longer levers, the best is the best thing. There's a complete extension. You're pushing through the big toe, extending, locking all the joints out, the hips, the knee, the ankle, and so on. Then the focus is to get to your A position, meaning you want to have your shin angle vertical. You want the arms to swim back versus return back. When you swim back, they're already loaded. So once you get to your peak of your jump, you want to have the arms already loaded back and on the way down, starting the actual jump motion before the ground is contacted. You want to make contact with your heels. So then what's happening now is your brain is responding to the initial contact. Then from there, your heaviest point is going to be when your arms are down and also the weight is on the arch of your foot. Now we're going to move into the positive direction. Arms swing forward past the center of mass. You're shooting the weight towards the ball of the foot. Now the big toe, arms upright, and you're repeating. And the goal is to keep the motions consistent with impact, load, heaviest point, everything's down together, everything's up together. And I explained this in the last video I did with bounding, but it's finding consistency and finding the same motions over and over again. When you're consistent with your arm swing, you're going to find yourself to be more balanced because theoretically each jump is going to be different, right? The time can be different. You can see that this one, she's flat-footed on her right foot, but her left toe hits slightly ahead of time, right? So then the next release, this jump is going to be slightly different than it would be if she were to have both feet down. So it's just finding the timing. So you can see that this jump is solid. So then she's going to have more force production and also more force transferred into the next jump. So this jump theoretically has a higher amount of watt output. It also has more height within this jump, which means she has to recalibrate what has to happen in her next jump, right? But also you can see that it's just a simple thing of rhythm. She's now in the rhythm. She just came off this first jump, and now she's in the rhythm, prepped, everything's in motion, and now she goes. Because this first jump was from a standstill. This next one is actually off of rhythm and moving and going. So that's where it's trying to figure out how do we get this rhythm sooner, all right? I wouldn't recommend going over the 30-inch hurdles in the beginning. In the backside over there, there's 18-inch hurdles. But making sure that they're landing flat-footed. And the most important part, again, it's not how much weight or how high you can jump. It's how much of the depth you can load and receive. What I mean by that is if you can jump over 42-inch hurdles, that's great. Post that on Instagram, show off. But the quality of the work is, can you properly time and load that 42-inch jump? If you can't, then you want to bring the actual hurdle down. So what I tell athletes is always go a little bit less than what you actually can jump max-wise, right? If you can jump higher, then jump higher. You don't need an actual hurdle where you have to jump 42 inches every single time. Because there's going to be a few jumps where you don't physically get the maximum height. And if you clip the hurdle, then you're in trouble. So always proceed off the caution of error or whatever it's called. But yeah, keep that focused and see you next time.